You well, I forgot if you won or if you
No,
paid, but
I actually paid for it. It was I'm at university, and after a rough semester, I was like, oh, gift for myself, and it was a good way to pay for it. I really, really appreciate all the effort you put into your stuff because I like to study hard on my shit, and
mm-hmm.
it's very well made. So
Well,
yeah,
thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll keep I keep improving on it, and of course, there's always critiques of how things aren't perfect, and that's
I
true.
mean, it never will be for real, but
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's always a work in progress. The game changes, and it's the
For
way it
sure.
is. But
Mm-hmm.
truth be told, I mostly paid for that because I actually, again, I really appreciate it, and like I think a lot of my progression is successful partly because of that, and I don't specifically need to know a bunch of things. Yeah, I already do know a bunch of things, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I just thought it's a good way to pay forward, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some people that maybe they didn't need the session like completely, but they wanted to donate anyway, and then it's like two birds in one stone kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's a win-win, really.
Yeah,
To be
exactly.
fair, though, I if I were just to donate, I would not have donated as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a purpose to reach a threshold. So
I see.
there's that, I guess. But it's a win-win, really.
Okay. Well, thanks for the feedback, the positive feedback. Now I'm
Hey,
feeling good. All right.
little before we start,
Yeah.
little thing. I usually don't pay too much attention to this. I don't think it's that important. But
Mm-hmm.
I messaged you first time on the December 17th, I believe, and that's the first time I took like every single screenshots of my account.
Uh huh.
And then it's been a week and I'm in vacation, so
But yeah, you went hard.
progress has been made. And like
Mm-hmm.
if you go at the bottom completely, you see my stats, my stats when I'm boosted. It's the bottom completely, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a week ago and today, and there's like 1 million in the damage range and difference.
Okay.
It's quite
Nice.
amazing. It's like 6 days, and no kidding. It's kind of
And you went up like
I had to
20%.
yeah, I had to take a screenshot of like I don't know, a bunch of equips and a bunch of shit really.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, you went from 3.8 to 4.8. Oh wow, that's like 25% increase.
Yeah, it's a big increase, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I went from like 221 to 223. I think I got leveled on a few symbols. So I'm very hard on dailies, but I'm not hard enough on grind. So
I see.
I think my symbols are a bit high for where I am right now. But
Well,
yeah.
I know all about that.
Yeah,
I've got like characters
I
that
learned
are
from the best, right?
yeah, characters that are stuck in certain areas for like 3 months, and then go to the next area, and people around me have like 400 arcane power, and I have like 900. And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
It's like, "Oh yeah, I
yeah,
just
yeah.
don't level." So
It's like I watch you every day, and like I think I haven't seen you gain like a single point of percentage on any character at all. It's just
just well,
you know.
the jet now, right? The jet got from 201 to 210, so
Oh,
that's a big
I didn't. I
gain.
was not
Yeah.
watching that, I guess.
And I think I got like one level on the Adele from doing Monster Park. So, but aside from
Oh
that,
yeah,
yeah, no,
right,
pretty-
right. The 7 dailies, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's actually pretty good. It's like 12% per day or something.
Yeah,
So
about so.
every
Yes, yes.
almost a level per week. So it's crazy. Did you guess some people though? You got to -8 fame. What happened here?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think what happened. I'm assuming because I would notice that kind of shit. So I'm assuming at one point, the game. Whenever I farm, I loot these crystals, and it keep telling me, well, you need those chairs if you want to level up your globe. So it spams my chat. So I was like, okay, I need those fucking chairs. There's a way to get one. It's like you sit in the bulb for 3 hours or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat entire night in the middle of Ludibrium, and a few days later, I noticed I was at -13 fame. Went from like 3 to -13. I don't know why. It's just people defamed me because I was in the middle of Ludi in my Maple Mask Globe or whatever.
How dare you sit in a chair, dude?
I know, right?
The audacity.
Yeah, taking space in the crowded servers.
I think there are those pedestals where you can put the chair on, and then that you have to pay for, right? But someone
Yeah.
else can come on a chair and just sit in front of you and just block you entirely. I noticed
I
that.
wasn't doing that for sure.
So-
It was very free. People would defame me, but it is what it is.
Yep,
Working my way up, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. All right. So you said you already know a bunch of stuff. Well, first things first. So you're at. You have all the areas, right? All the symbols. Oh shit! I scrolled
No,
way
I'm
too
I'm
far.
223, so I have 3 areas.
Oh, 3 areas to go. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so for some reason your level isn't in your stat window because that's I don't know why, but that's apparently not so important about your character.
Wait, is it not?
No, it's like if you look at your character window, never does it show your level anywhere, which has always been strange to me. But you know.
Oh right, it's oversight for my part. My bad.
No,
So yeah, I'm 223.
Yeah, 223. Okay. All right. And so you gained one critical rate. Where did you gain that one from?
Oh, it's because my Legion upgraded slightly. I'm at like 3,500 now. So
Nice.
yeah. So I got one more point into crit rate pretty much.
I see. And also some crit damage I saw.
I have no idea why. Probably changed the again, probably due to Legion. Maybe I added some Ayato or I don't know, something like that.
Are you in oh yeah, that's possible. Cuz you're still below 4K, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Cuz at 4K you
I'll
would
get
gain
that by the end of I don't know, 2 weeks by now probably.
Yeah, cuz I was thinking if you get 4K then you add 8 spots, which is exactly 4%. So that was my first thought. But yeah, one character adding could be enough as well.
It's likely that. I mean, I changed. I know. I redid my Legion. I mean, when I had to take pictures, it made me, rather than just put things in it, I kind of thought about it a bit more. So so I removed stuff like I think I had my Luminous in there, or like Int is kind of useless and Luck is kind of useless for Arc. So
Yep.
yeah, to change those, and it's likely I added a few crit damage here or there.
Okay, that's good. That's nice. Right, so before we get with that, so you're 223. So what are you aiming for in like in the short term, and what are you aiming for in like long term?
Okay, so this is the I've always been like this, so I don't know. I know it's not the best way to approach it, but I strive to just do the best I can usually, and I don't have specific goals in mind because I don't know enough to tell like, okay, I can reach this or I can reach that. And if I set a goal that I know I can reach, then I'll just reach it and be done with that goal. So I mostly set very short-term goals and see how far I can go, pretty much.
Okay.
So for now, like I'm getting my mechanic to 200. Before that, again this week, I was getting my 0 to 200. And I think like if I look at midterms, like short terms, every day I do my dailies and mostly develop my mules. If I see
which dailies are those? Which dailies?
I do the 7 million bosses, so like 5 of them, and Ursus and the what is it, the camera, whatever thing?
Yeah, Maple Tour. Yeah.
Yep. And every single dailies of symbols.
So 222, so six dailies there.
Yeah.
And any like Sweet Waters, Dinero, Commercy stuff?
I do those, but like I don't do the single player runs because at this point I'm not pushing into like 20-star ish stuff for like I'm not rich enough, so I can't really afford that. So I mean, just some CPQ. Whenever I see any Alliance member ask for CPQ, I join in. But I don't force it specifically.
Okay.
So I have like what 300 dinero stacked right now. It's not like I'm poor or anything. It's just it's not like a big gain.
Not in the short term. I mean, yeah,
No,
it's
exactly.
mostly coming in once you are like done with the superior equip. So like Helix, are you trying to do Helix runs, or are you doing hard lux?
As much as I can. I can't. This is. I noted some stuff I wanted to ask you. Like, I struggle a lot with Golux. I can't. I should be able to do hard. I haven't tried again for a while, but I should be able at this point. But I usually die out, at least when I tried. I asked you that question like about a week and a half or 2 ago, and I just always die out when I try to do Golux. So I mostly chip in for carries when the people do LX, but it's not every day that you can get one. So yeah.
True. Have you
I have
tried like
500 coins right now? Yeah, 525.
Have you tried Party Helix to see if there are people for that?
I mean, honestly, if I can party LX, I can probably solo Ardlux.
Yeah, that's probably a good benchmark to see if you can get in there. So what do you die out to?
Again,
in
but I haven't tried. Like,
okay.
it's always I have to here's the thing. I wish I could practice because I would just bench practice for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But through this, like it's like a gamble. Either I maybe get an LX run, or I put in a practice that I probably won't get anything out of except practice. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually don't do the latter until too late, and I mostly miss it. You know.
Yeah, because you're holding out in case you get a carry. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like those guaranteed coins versus this probably not coins. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, like 6 days ago, I had like 3/4 of the current damage. So, and I haven't tried for maybe 2 weeks of
Yeah, you're
or
growing
maybe a
quickly.
week. So yeah, so I might be able to do it. I just haven't tried.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what things you were struggling with the most when you did try?
I mean, it's like since there's no practice, I just don't know the pacing yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, when I practice chicken, at some point I just know after a while. I don't know exactly. I can't tell you like when he's gonna do that or when he's gonna do that, but
Mm-hmm.
I just feel it, right? Because I've practiced it a bunch. I know. Oh, he just whiffed his hit. He's probably gonna jump next, and then he jumps. I don't know how many hit he missed or whatever, but I just know. Okay,
Yeah.
he hasn't jumped in a while. He's gonna jump
Yeah,
now.
the rhythm and the duration
Yeah.
of the skills. And
So
yeah,
so I haven't I haven't practiced Galax enough to know that, and it
Mm-hmm.
sort of always surprises me when I get breath and then I'm out of control for like a while and then I die.
Yeah, breath.
Or-
Breath has to be dodged like 100%. So
Yeah, and so ends too, right? So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean, the main
So, I
indicator
mean,
is if he sees eyes light up, that means you have to get to his other side. So typically, you could
Yes.
just stay on whatever side you're on.
but I think like reaction-wise, you have to know it's coming before they light up. Because if I wait for the light up
Mm-hmm.
to actually dodge, I might be into an attack already, which means I have a slide time before I can dodge, and I usually get hit.
Wait, what skill are you using to dodge?
The dash.
Okay, but are you
Usually.
in Flora form or in Spectre form?
In spectral most of the time.
Because
But it's what I'm saying is just
for me,
say
Spectre
if
is
I were-
far enough. Maybe you're a little bit too far because for the pink breath, for example, it also hits a little bit behind him. So you need to be pretty
I
close
think
to
you missed
him.
my point. My point was more like it's if you know the rhythm, you know
Mm-hmm.
an attack is coming in about half a second, so you stop just spamming your main attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know it's coming. So when the eyes light up, then you can dodge it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like me, you don't know the timing. Either you don't do damage at all, you wait to learn the timing,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're dealing damage, you miss it's coming, and you only get the Q. You only have the time to react when you get the Q, but you might already be into an attack already. So it's like by the time the attack ends and you react, it's already too late.
Yeah, I'm thinking from the point of view from my arc, because we have the same skills, so right, so that's a lot more comparable.
Yeah.
Do you go in with max attack speed, like speed infusion, green pot, and blue?
I don't. I never use green pot. Maybe I should.
I would do that because that will give you 2 ranks of attack speed, right? Because without the green pot, you're
But
stuck
then I'd
on
be
2.
better off getting some bunch of buff freezers. Hard to try that.
In the beginning, if you're going to be practicing, yeah, that's probably better until you get more used to everything. Because your startup for your skills will be way faster, and your dash will just proc faster, and you'll be on the other side. But you have to stay really
issue,
close to the middle, though, because you don't want to dash past him, but then dodge into the final part of the breath, because then you'll still get hit. Yeah.
The other issue is like exactly like you said. If I'm attacking, then I have to wait a slight timing before I can dash, whether I jump or not, because if I don't, then it doesn't dash, right? It just
sometimes the
slides.
animation cancels. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It depends on how much, if you have any stacks, though, right?
It's tricky. Yeah. It's just tricky. It's just tricky. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
and I fell once, then I die, and then I lose all my buffs, and then it's a struggle to gain them back, and I might die doing so. It's it's a and run's pretty much over at that point. So yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. And the phase 2 is probably harder than phase 1. So
Really?
yeah,
Shit.
because of the distance and because of the arm slap and because of the potatoes on the bottom that we don't really have a way to deal with. So the best way is to get through like phase 1 One thing you can do is if you don't get a potato to hit the middle and you don't get the purple debuff over your head, you can still leave the portal on the left and just wait outside for your cooldowns to come back or something if you want to. And that way you can also kind of basically kind of cheat the boss.
Yeah. I wonder how much does hold on Galax monster. I wonder is HP what it is for hard lux.
For hard.
I mean, there's no point I do Lux at this point.
No.
I need to practice first anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so 15 billion for the third phase, 75 billions for the first and second.
Yeah, the second is the trickiest one. So for the second, I would just put the eternally hungry monster down and then pop it to abyssal and see how far you get with that, and then go to the side and then infinity spell from way on the left. If you stand all the way on the left side of the platform, I'm pretty sure you can reach him with Endless Dream without having to jump down, because if you just kill him fast enough that you can get through that phase. If a few potatoes hit the middle, that's fine as long as it's not 5, right? And then if you can kill the second phase, the gem is like total joke, because compared to the other two, it almost has no HP.
Total,
so
yeah, of course.
And then you could just hop down, kill some potatoes, go back up, hit it. You'll have more than enough time. The main thing is going to be to either save your burst for the second phase, or if you're close to finishing off the chin, and then exiting the map, and then just waiting for all your cooldowns to come back, and then jump back in, pop some iframes, and pop the iframe to get to the middle, dash, pop the beast, pop abyssal, and then just try to burst through as much of the I phase as possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him to beat it like I do, where it's just
no, I know what it is. Like
5 hit the chin and then pop
it's
abyssal.
like the first time I beat normal mag, I was like, I struggled for a while trying normal mag because it's a annoying boss, right?
Yep, not as annoying for us, thank God, because of the knockdown resistance in Spectre.
I don't have. Oh, yeah, right. I noted some questions. This one I did not.
Oh yeah, we can. We can.
But I have this question first. So, or maybe this comment, maybe. Yeah. So the first time I actually completed normal mag, I actually one-shotted it. That's the first time I managed to kill it.
Just like bind and throw all the burst and then.
Oh yeah. A few burst spell and then you go into your what is it called, the
beast,
abyssal recall.
Yeah.
It just one-shotted him, and that's when the
power of Arc. Yeah.
Yep. Indeed. So yeah.
Did you see the guy who one-shot Hard Will in KMS?
I saw it on your screen. Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, I think you said they were buffing.
The whole
right?
Like a max. Yeah. Well, yeah. So what they're doing with all of our the key down skill, the hyper, and with the third job skill with the creeping terror, and with the beast, they're redistributing all the numbers to make us do more damage.
What do you mean? What is that?
I always forget the name, but you hold the key down and then it shoots in front of you. Yeah, and then it slashes at the end. So no, it's not. No, creeping terror is the third. Endless agony. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So the final hit is gonna trigger, I think, 3 times or 5 times instead of once, with lower percentage. So if you're capping now, then you can deal more damage with it. And then creeping terror is gonna do more lines and lower percentages as well. So if you're capping, that does more damage. And then they're redistributing the lines on the beast, where all of the lines do less damage, but the explosion, instead of 18 times, it activates 24 times or something like that. So if you're already capping, then all of those skills will do even more damage, so that's nice.
Well, it doesn't change much for myself, but yeah.
Not yet, but yeah, you have better growth potential, so that's always cool.
Yeah, that's always nice. Yeah, you said for skills, I didn't link those. I'm sorry. For the hyper skills, you put the knockback resistance.
Yeah, so there's one near the bottom where if you're in Spectre form, you cannot be knocked down. Yeah, that one is for bossing. So especially for H-Mag when you get pushed back, or just any form of Magnus, for Lotus, and then later for Will as well. It's super, super good.
Okay, so maybe I suppose you don't have cooldown reduction on Creeping Terror, right?
No, I do have that one, because then you can iframe more, also very useful in bosses, and it's an AoE clear as well.
Then what is it you don't have? It's is it recovery speed?
No, I do have recovery speed. It's one of the first ones that I only have 2 of the first 3 ones. There's one that
there's 20% damage on your main abilities. There's a 20% ignored defense, and there's a 20% boss damage.
I think you want the IED and then the regular
Mhm.
damage. I don't think I have the boss damage there because I have a 40% line on my secondary and a 40 on my weapon. So I
Makes
have
sense.
so much boss damage already that I
I'll
think
try
the
that.
boss damage is lower efficiency than the IED there.
When you have no knockback, does it like?
No,
I
so
mean,
no
even attack that.
knockdown. So you already knockback means the basic stance, right? The knock resistance. That's
Mhm.
knockback, and then knockdown resistance is basically like the will push, the hard, the lotus push, the blue swipe from Magnus. Those kind of things. Those are
Mhm.
knockdown effects. The only thing that goes
Okay.
through that is like Ursus pushing you or something because she just ignores everything and she just pushes you
But
anyway.
and then Spectre is knockback.
Yeah. So
Will not be
every time.
knockback.
Yeah, not at all. Knock back, not knock down. You just
Oh,
stand.
okay.
You stand on a
Damn, that's
platform
super
in
strong then.
Lotus. Yeah, Lotus walks up to you and hits you. You just take damage, but you don't move. Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
yeah. We'll make
Like,
things like
for instance,
Magnus
Von
way
Bun,
easier.
when he's in his final form, he goes into like tornado mode or something.
Yeah, but
It
that's
doesn't.
scary that you don't get knocked back because he does a lot of touch damage, and if you don't get pushed back, you
Oh,
will take damage the whole time. So you have to be careful with that.
I don't know. I had struggle at first when I reached that phase until I realized I could burst him down before he reaches that phase. So then I just every time clear.
Right, yeah. Because he doesn't always like pop up and then disappears. Sometimes he like disappears for very long, and then he pops up, and he's just like pushing you into a ball, and yeah. Or
I
you have
mean,
all 5
with
of your
Arc, you don't
lives
have much
left.
range, right? You don't have much distance you can do
No,
damage.
exactly. You'll have like
So,
4 of your lives left or something, and then he
mhm.
just kills you 4 times in the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
phase. You're like,
And you
what the
can't do
fuck?
damage.
No, yeah.
So yeah, so I just realized I could just kill him, like from I don't know, is it like 25% or something?
Yeah,
And
save a
then that's
bind and
it.
then just brr.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also one of my issues that I noticed. Like I'm trying to work on C-Vel, and like Arc is more into a burst kind of class, and
For sure.
I have a shit ton of spells to cast before. Like it's
Yeah, the order is important. So you wanna
yeah, of course. I know the
use
order.
your yeah.
Yeah, I want to use my what is it, the charge spell amplifier first, but
Yeah.
thing is, there's so many. I often die out just trying to prepare for my burst. Do you keep your spell bullets? Do you keep them on manual when you boss?
Typically I do, but for bosses like Cvel, if you're struggling setting up your burst, what you can do is put him on. No, sorry, I keep him on automatic like always. You can put him on manual and then kill the imps in front of Vellum, right, and to charge up all your bullets, and then switch it to automatic when you go in.
Oh, the first burst is not the issue. It's more like I don't have the damage to do half his HP in a single burst. Therefore, I'll have like 2 or 3 bursts or 4 bursts even in a single run. But I mean, I die like half of those, and that's without the other deaths I might have here or there. That's why I can't clear it at all.
Yeah, some of it might be some muscle memory so that you know where the keys are, so you don't have. Because a lot of times when you like look at your keyboard to find where the keys are, and then you look up and you're stunned, and then and then you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I have to like it's a struggle. Mid fight I would turn off my spell bullets. There's no way to turn it off without right clicking it, right?
Your spell bullet, yeah, as long as they're on automatic, it should always be.
No, but there's no way to turn that off, right?
To turn off the spell bullets.
Yeah, I mean to go from automatic to manual without right clicking it, there's no like.
No,
I tried. I
no
can't
way,
even
no.
right click. Say the what is it? The shortcuts at the bottom. I can't even right click that. It just.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be turned off. No, wait, that happens to you?
No. I mean, if I want to set up my burst.
Right. Yeah.
If I start by charge spell amplifier and then I have 4 spells to cast to get those bullets. Right?
Oh yeah, I think it's like 14 skills or something if I want to do a full burst setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so like.
Yeah, it's not the easiest, but I mean you get a lot of burst for it in return. But one thing you can do if he's in like one corner of the map, you just go to all the way to the other corner of the map, and then you kind of like take a breath and you like figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? And then you start setting it up because yeah, it isn't easy. And Vellum is like for you now relatively hard. The one that I find it hard to do in is Hard Damien because he flies into the air a lot as well, and then you pop your amplifier, and then he flies into the air, and you just lose 10 seconds of being able to even charge your spells. Yeah. Very annoying.
Yep.
But I don't switch mid-run.
I'm not near that damage yet, so it's not like.
No.
It's not a concern yet, but I'm sure it will be. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I was just saying like it's gonna get even more challenging. But yeah, I think that's one of the good things that you're like trying to find solutions for these kind of problems for sure. Um, and
Yeah, well, I mean, I go into Vellum with the expectation that I won't succeed, so.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's realistic or pessimistic. I don't know.
I mean, realistic. It's just I've died out many times already, so
Mhm, mhm.
I just know, and it's not like, yeah, and I mean, it is hard. I succeed pretty much every single run on like chicken and clown and even the queen. Queen's the hardest because you have to spam potions, and sometimes you just you die out because you're poisoned, and she
Yeah, the
says
life
fuck
steal
your
on the
potions,
yeah.
fuck your potions, and like you're like, okay, well I take 7k every second and I can't potion. Yeah, so you
Mhm.
die out.
Oh,
But
you mean the zombify? You mean?
yeah, sometimes you get fucked over.
Yeah. So if you see the zombify, you if you
I
so you can use
creeping
your
terror.
Flora's will, right?
Oh, what? Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I didn't
that
know that.
cleanses it. Yeah, Florin will cancels it. Or if you see that she's doing the animation, do you know what the animation looks like?
Yeah, I do. That's why I
Then you
do.
can also iframe it if you see it
Well,
coming.
yeah, I do creeping terror. I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
I maybe can dash through it, but I think it's a short iframe, so it's kind of hard for timing. But yeah, I usually creeping terror. But sometimes she does it like 2 times within 30 seconds, so you don't have the time to
Yeah,
creeping
then you
terror
need
twice.
the Flora's will up, and it does
I did
have
not
a
know that.
yeah.
Okay, that was one of my questions. What's the point of that spell? All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of to yeah, the other thing is that usually you're in a team fight and stuff, but I don't know, but I think if you're zombify like that and you have like a teammate that tries to heal you, I think they kill you as well.
I don't know. I solo those.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, you try to solo though.
No,
Sorry.
I solo those.
Okay,
No,
okay,
those
okay.
I solo.
Okay,
No
okay.
problem.
Okay, no
The
problem.
problem is Vellum. I can't.
Vellum,
But,
okay.
I mean, at some point, at some point.
Well, maybe we can get you a bunch more damage so you don't need as many bursts.
Yeah, maybe.
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 Do you have faith in me?
I do.
Okay, let's go. All right, so Legion links wise, but yeah, I agree with you by the way. Because we started with the goal setting and everything. I do agree with you. Sometimes it's very hard to say like, oh, I'm going to be able to do this in 3 weeks if you don't really know what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
tricky.
if I were to do a second character, trying to, up to this point, I know I can
Yeah,
set up
then
goals.
exactly, yeah. Or you
'Cause
watch
I've
a lot of
already done it.
videos and you know other people who got there and you know how strong they are. Then you have a way better idea of
Yeah.
how much it takes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think just to focus on just trying to move forward and getting stronger than you
Yep.
are, that's like the general thing I do as well.
Yeah, that's my focus.
Yeah, okay.
That's the way. I know my trainers don't like it. But that's also the way I train. I don't want to lift this much or whatever. I
Mhm.
just want to get in shape. That's the goal.
Yeah, people have
I try
different
to-
goals.
I try to be regular on my schedules and shit like that. I don't try to.
They'll be like, I want to lift 800 pounds. And be like,
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
Okay, so Link skill and Legion wise, things are going pretty well, I think, right? Do you have all the. So you said you recently added one with critical damage. So did you go over all the characters you have access to and what is kind of like your priority to work on next?
Well, right now I'm adding characters to my list rather than upgrading my current ones.
Mm-hmm.
I do 140s. I like to. I know you say like you had a bunch of them, get them to 60 or get them to 100 and do Zakums and shit.
Mhm.
But when I do things, I do it. I mean, until I die, pretty much. So it's just, so that's why I got my 0 to 200 and stuff like that. So I do 140s. So this is one of the things I want to ask, like what character next, because I'm not sure what priority. I mean, at this point I can pretty much add anything, but there's probably some slightly better things to add. So yeah.
Okay, so do you have all the experience characters?
I have Evan 210. I have Mercedes 140.
And do you have the 0 you have, and do you have the Aaron?
Aaron sucks. I have one.
Okay.
I mean, the orbs, they really help you in the beginning. I tried. I have that. I never use it as now. It's like in the early stages, you pick one orb and it's like almost a full level. But at some point, you pick one orb, it's like, I don't know, 10 mobs or something. So it's just, I don't know. It's not that much from my perspective. And it's maybe less than 10. I'm just saying it's not that much. I don't put it. I put more damage.
Where's the?
I might be wrong though.
Yeah, because I believe it's quite a bit more, but like it kind of depends because it's a percentage of the base, and as you get more experience multipliers, it'll be less, but that's more comparatively because you're using more experience sources as well.
Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
Oh god, there's like a whole breakdown of this of like.
But it just felt like the XP. It's like you pick up an orb. I mean, realistically, orbs don't do shit. But like with Aaron, like they matter more, but they don't really make a difference, you know, because they don't mean much already. So it's like you multiply something that doesn't mean much by 6. It doesn't mean much times 6, you know.
Yeah, because there's some. Oh yeah, there's like this whole breakdown here. There's like too many numbers, but it basically talks about, so when you kill a lot of monsters at the same time, you get the multi-kill bonus, right?
Yeah.
And if you kill all monsters separately, then you get a lot of combo instead, and then you get more orbs, basically. And what you end up doing as an arc is you end up doing the second thing more. You don't really have like a lot of giant AoEs, but once your spell bullets and everything start killing, then everything starts dying individually, so you start building up combos faster. So relatively, for us, the Aaron Link skill is more impactful.
Okay.
Let me see here, average kill bonus. I'm checking how to read this, but
It's I think what matters is it was higher over like the first one. It was showing percentages depending on the orb. I think it was monster XP. If you scroll up.
Normal skill
Like this
once, average combo kill bonus per monster.
So it's like
total bonus EXP, right. And so it adds those two sources up. So if you're in the...
I'll find it on my screen so I can check.
Wait, level 1 Aaron Link skill? Hang on. Oh, this is the base. Okay, so with the level 3 Aaron Link skill, it would be... this. Total bonus EXP based on average. Bonus per monster. If you kill one monster at a time.
Yeah, if I were to, yeah.
Yeah, then every time you get an orb, you're basically... Then that counts as that all the monsters are getting 220% bonus experience. Wait, really? Because it's the percentage is like multiplicative with the orb, I think. Yeah. Because the percentage is multiplicative. So like the base orb is...
Okay, so see, okay. So my Aaron is like level 2. Wait, does that make sense?
Level 2 Link skill,
Hold
yeah?
on. No. Level 0, 1, 2. Isn't there 3 levels of Aaron?
Yeah, 70, 120, and 210.
Why did they show only 2?
Was there a level 3 here? Here, level 3. GMS only.
Oh.
Yeah, so because if you kill one monster at a time, then you need to kill 50, right? And the bonus of one orb is 11,000 percent if it's level 3 and maxed and you're above 2,000. So that's 11,000
I'm level
percent.
2 right now.
Yeah, so that basically means that every single monster you kill, you get 220% extra. But that's not realistic, right? Most of the time you're gonna kill like 4 or 5 at a time. But then it's like giving 44% experience extra just from this skill. Because the percentages on the orb is multiplicative with the base percentage of the orb, not additive.
I guess I'll try it. I mean, I've already had it, so it just didn't feel like it was that great.
For some characters it's bad. Like if you just with every single skill you hit like the whole map, then it's like but even then it's still nice.
I mean, as of right now, my bullets don't really one-shot mobs. I'm not that strong. I one-shot mobs with pretty much any ability, but not my bullets. So,
yeah, no, that's normal. Those take a long time to one-shot.
Yeah, I figured my bullets are very far from one-shotting, so I figured it was like, I was way off. Yeah, the number seems quite big. It's like level 2, like if I get 50 mobs, then it gives like 37 and 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if I'm getting correctly, it's like as if I killed 37 more mobs, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, it is actually really good. But it is 37 of the base number, right? So
Yeah,
all
the
the
base,
other,
of course. Yeah,
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 yeah.
all the other
I
numbers are
know
going to
that.
be multiplied by a whole
But it's still
bunch.
that, like,
Yeah, but it's still
it,
good, I think. Yeah.
yeah, it's still like
Especially
the
later.
way you the way you can see it is like any percentage XP, you know, it's always additive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a free it's a free 50% XP pretty much.
Yeah, as long as you don't need one
Well,
of your
maybe not.
links
Maybe
to be able
maybe
to.
30%.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And if you, as long as there's one link skill, if you drop it, you don't lose kill speed, and you can switch it out with this, then it's just free
Seems
extra EXP.
insane. I'll try it. It seems insane to me, but I'll
Yep.
try it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I have it already, so I'll try it.
Yeah, yeah. So you have a level 2 now, right? And then you have the 0
Yeah,
as like
I
at
believe
like
so. Yeah. Hold on.
what level is the
Yeah,
0?
Aaron, level 143. So yeah, I
Yeah.
have level 2.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I have all of those.
Sorry, what did you say?
Eh,
The 0? What is it at?
It's 200.
Fuck. What does that mean?
It's
Because
10. It's 10. It's 10. Sorry.
10. Yeah, because it doesn't follow the levels, right?
Well, it does, but you know, it starts
Yeah,
at
130,
100,
160, 180, 200,
yeah, so it's
250.
kind of weird.
Okay, yeah,
But
so
yeah.
it's the fourth one at 200. Yeah, okay. I have to start memorizing that. Okay, you're working on the mechanic now. And do you have a phantom?
I do.
Okay, and that one's at
It's
rank 2.
it's in my links as well.
Okay.
That's how I reach 100%.
Oh, you have it
For
active.
crit.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't use as many crit in your links, but I don't
Mhm.
have any crit on any item, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the.
And,
Well, your
my lead
hyperstats are
room is
kind of
not
low,
big
right?
enough yet.
You don't have much in your hyperstats in ways of link crit, right? Yeah, you don't have any crit right there.
Do I have anything in my hyperstat? Let me check.
It looks like 0 from my.
I think it's 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 0. But yeah, it's something I will get rid of the marksman very soon. That's like
Yeah.
soonish. Because I mean it's like what 6% I think it's or 8. I don't know. It's not too great.
At level 6, I
But
think it's 10%.
Oh, is it?
And then the
It's that
focus
much?
spirit is 7, I think. Yeah, because it only gives crit and a chance to add monsters to the collection. So
Yeah, it's 10%. You're right.
you have to at
So
least
yeah, I
give
have
some
10%
crit.
right now. But I mean, I'll get rid of it at some
Mm.
point. So
Yep.
with a bit more Legion and hyper skill probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
probably hyperstat and some of the characters. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah, I don't know what link I should get. I should be getting. Like obviously Tease is not good for us.
mhm.
and
The resistance link is very good.
Is-
It helps
Really?
with your survivability and bosses. Oh yeah, yeah. Whenever you die, you don't respawn into the tails and die again immediately. You'll just have invincibility for a while, so you can just walk back to the boss, continue killing. It's very, very useful.
Okay.
Yeah, resistance characters, and those all stack into the same slot up to level 8 for 8 seconds of
Yeah.
invincibility. So that's really, really useful.
Okay. I could work on resistance, I guess.
The magicians, the explorer mages, link skill
Mhm.
is also very good.
Well, for ignore defense, right?
Yeah, and damage. So together they, for most people they tend to replace elementalism, but for you at this situation they probably will replace Cygnus Blessing, because I
Yep.
think that one's the lowest you have right now.
Yeah. I don't think it's great. It's just placeholder.
The Kinesis link is good for critical damage.
Oh right. I should
That's
do
a lot.
one.
And then since we have a lot of burst, Angelic Buster is also pretty good.
Yeah, I
Another
somebody told me that
skill
it
to
can-
push.
Exactly. That was my concern.
yeah figure out how you do your setup now, and then you can add one skill at a time, because and you're also gonna start adding like conversion overdrive and the goddess blessing, and yeah, those are all gonna
Yeah.
get added up. You're not even
Yeah,
using
I
any of
know.
those now, right?
I
And
know
then-
it's like my V matrix doesn't have those skills yet because
Mhm.
it's mostly I'm still low level, but
Mhm.
I was like, damn, so many skills coming do I really want Angelic Buster added to the
Yeah,
mix? It's
and
like
the decent sharp eyes, and then decent speed infusion and holy symbol, decent
usually when
combat orders. Like,
quick question on the burst phase, like when
yeah.
I do, for instance, Vellum, I do my setup first. Like there's
Mhm.
I think I have 3 setup spells right now,
Mhm.
and then I bind them. Is it better for me to go into the hold down spell, or should I go into Abyssal Recall for
So
Vellum
yeah.
specifically?
Uh huh. So what I like to do is this one's kind of tricky, but I will do the amplification, then recall, and then hope that it hits, and then
Mm-hmm.
right after that bind, then go into spell bullets, and then pop like the shorter hits, because if you pop spell bullet before abyssal, then you lose a bunch of time in spell. But
It
after
it doesn't trigger
no,
what is
only
it
like the first 2 hits or something, and then it doesn't do anything anymore.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, it does trigger on the hits for the eternally hungry beast though. So what you can do
Yeah.
is pop the beast and then go into abyssal. But if you didn't bind him before, then all of it, you have like the chance that all
Yeah,
of
you
it
might
misses.
miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to I try to
Okay.
start like before my actual burst, like, or way in the beginning, start abyssal. So because then you have
Okay.
30 extra seconds of that you don't lose time in Spectra,
Yep.
and then you can be the whole duration of spell bullet in Spectra. You probably have to switch out at least one time to refresh your buffs, but you'll have like the whole time to have Spectra basically.
If I have what is the mechanic link, which is like more duration, does it enhance duration of Abyssal Recall and
No,
yeah, okay.
so cooldown reduction works on all your skills except for hyper skills.
Mm-hmm.
So that includes the Legion and also the potential lines on the hat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And buff duration works on all links, all skills except for hyperstats and fifth job. So it doesn't work on those 2 groups.
But Abyssal Recall is 5th job.
Yeah, so it doesn't work on fifth job.
Okay.
So cooldown reduction would, but buff duration doesn't.
Okay.
So that also means that buff duration works on link skills, for example. So that will make your would make your thief link, your cane link, your angelic buster link, would make those last longer.
Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we're talking about the matrix a little bit now,
Mm-hmm.
so I think you can get rid of the rope lift, hyper body, advanced blessing, the bind. If you still have those up, I would just extract those, get rid of them.
Okay.
Free shards. So like we talked about with Helix and everything, I would incorporate starting to use speed infusion and green pots.
Okay.
And that also comes into, because we talked about the dailies a little bit ago. You didn't mention Monster Park there. Are you doing that daily on your arc?
Nope. I don't see the point.
So the boxes have the coins in them, and with the coins you can keep buying the Monster Park potions. Have you seen those?
Correct.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that way you can always have uptime. So whenever you're training, always have the gold pots. Always
I
have
have
the red
like
pots when you're bossing.
500 coins right now.
Yeah, I would buy a stash because you kind of, if you can, you always want to be in green pot because you're just training faster, rotating faster, and when you're bossing, your attacks are faster.
So
You
even
don't-
when I'm grinding, you want me the green pot?
Yes, just full coverage. Yeah,
Okay.
because it'll just
Okay. I'll try that.
it'll really build up over time to just speed everything up. The red pot, if you don't need it for mobbing, right? If it's the difference, if you still one shot the monsters but you still don't one shot with the bullets, then the red pots, there's no use there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for bossing, just to make it faster, if you have freezers anyway, then you might as well pop some of those. And then also in the long term, you're gonna be working on the Monster Parker medal, which is the best medal that you can get.
Really?
Yeah, so you have to kill. You have to clear every single day 77 times. So if
Yeah.
you do 7 runs a day, 11 weeks at least, and then you can get the 7-day Monster Parker that has 7 of all the stats and weapon magic attack and 10% IED. So that's really nice because IED is a little bit. It's very difficult to get IED that doesn't go at the expense of other stats. And your
Yes,
medal
correct.
is one of those where you can get IED, not that much, but you can get some IED and it goes only at the expense of like 4 stat or something. So that's like one of the freest IEDs, but it takes a long time to get. So for those two reasons, I would say it's very, very good to keep doing the Monster Park.
Okay, I'll do that.
Do you know how that works with like the ranks of attack speed and everything, with the caps and the soft cap and the hard cap?
I mean, somebody explained it to me, but I forgot. I kind of forgot.
So basically, your weapon starts with a certain weapon attack, depending on whatever it says attack speed, and then that would be represented by a number. So usually things are like fast, which is a 4, and then from there on out, you try to every single rank of attack speed that you gain, it will go like down 1 number, and like the lower the number, the better. So you try to aim for 0, which is the hard cap. Basically, that's the fastest you can attack, and there's no way to go faster than that. But there's also a thing called a soft cap, which is at 2, and that's the max attack speed that they have over in KMS. And the only reason that we can go beyond the soft cap is because we have sources that allow us to break that, and one of those sources is the green pot. So that means that if you are functionally, you get like 3 ranks of attack speed when you're starting at 4, and you would expect to be at 1. If you don't have a green pot on or anything else that allows you to bypass the cap, you will still be stuck at 2, even though...
Oh, okay.
So that's why speed infusion by itself won't really help you, because you need speed, because we have the weapon booster and we have the blue drive, right? That both give us a rank of attack speed.
Yeah.
So that's why your 4 goes to a 2 and you hit the cap. And if you add speed infusion, you'll still be at 2. But when you put the green pot that gives you 1 rank and also allows you to bypass the cap, if you use those 2, you essentially go from 2 to 0, and then you're going to start attacking way faster. And that's also when you will start accidentally animation canceling way less, because the window to hit the animation cancel is going to be way smaller.
Shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, but that will require to use both speed infusion and to have access to the green pots more.
Okay.
So that's why Monster Park is a good...
I'll start buying those, and I'll start doing more Monster Parks.
Yep. And then the other thing is... yeah, out of the skills that you have now, there's probably going to be like 1 boost node that's not as important for your damage output just yet. But I'm thinking which one that would be. Because with the combos you have, probably no. They're kind of like spread out, which is fine.
The boost nodes, they're exactly as in your guide.
Yeah.
I mean, like not like the same combo specifically, but the numbers.
All the same amount. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So I decided not to go with
Impulse.
Yeah, I don't really use that spell that much. I mean, I use it to move.
Yeah, the beautiful thing is though that it damages while you move. That's one of the really cool things about Arcus. A lot of characters have to choose either to move or to attack. We can do both at once. So for later map rotations, that's nice to have that boosted. But yeah, either or is fine. Man, what is it like? Is it Devious Nightmare and Devious Dream, like the extra slash that comes out? That hits like way further whenever you do Endless Dream, Endless Nightmare. That triggers sometimes.
I'm so confused with the names. All right, so Endless Dream, Endless Nightmare. Hold on, what are those?
That's basically your basic attack, but that has cooldown in Flora, but has no cooldown in Spectre that life steals you. Just when you do the swipe, and then you have that 5th job skill that whenever you use that, like a bigger swipe will come out at the end.
Yeah, that's Devious Nightmare, the 5th job, and the
Devious, I think for now replacing Devious with Speed Infusion would probably be the lowest loss in your DPS, just because you have to get used to that new attack speed, and you're always going to strive to be at that highest attack speed, and then because we were talking about like learning that rhythm, right, and learning that pattern, and that's going to be the best to start doing that with that attack speed, so that you're immediately like ready for the big leagues, basically.
Okay, I'll try that.
And the one other, so you know about Holy Symbol and how useful that is, and then I would say decent Sharp Eyes and decent combat orders is also pretty good, because we have a lot of skills that are boosted in our 4th job.
Decent Sharp Eyes and which one? Also?
Decent combat orders.
What is that?
That's like the Paladin skill. It gives you +1 rank on all of the passive skills in your 4th job.
Oh right, yeah. I know, yeah.
That's also why our Inner-Ability best in slot is also the +1 for passives, because we just have so much stuff in our 4th job that boosts like everything we have. That all of those things put together gives us the most damage increase eventually. I haven't worked on my Inner-Ability yet, and I don't think that part is super important, because I still, I have Mezzo and Drop Rate, because I'm not done training yet. I
put Mezzos and Drop Rate myself.
Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, while you're training, it's gonna get you to the finish line so much more. As long as you don't need. That's why I also advise people to get attack speed in their inner ability if they need it to hit that hard cap, so that they can get used to that rhythm of their attacking, and your attacks being so much faster will help you definitely get out of the way of attacks much faster,
Yes.
and will
Yes,
set up
yes,
your
yes, of
boost
course.
faster. And I think you will notice that it's gonna. It's maybe not so noticeable if you go like one attack speed up, but if you don't have a green pot and speed infusion one time and you're trying to do stuff, you're like, oh my god, I'm so slow.
Oh no, it's definitely noticeable.
You'll
I
definitely
can tell
feel it.
when my
Oh, you used the
my
rune of haste before, right?
sorry, what?
A rune of haste. Have you used this before?
Yes.
Because
Yes, I
those,
think.
the Rune of Haste and Rune of Destruction also give attack speed rank, and they can also bypass the cap. So you notice how fast you are during a Rune of Haste. That's gonna be
Oh,
your
I didn't pay attention to that.
oh yeah, that's gonna be your standard attacking speed.
Hmm. But yeah, I was gonna say I noticed when Knuckle Boosters is down, or when my what is it, the Gust Charge is also down. I noticed that, so
Yeah,
I guess I'm
yeah, but you're gonna get twice the boost, so that's gonna be good shit. Yeah, so the next one is probably gonna be like reintroducing the Nightmare and then the the Sharp Eyes, so you can redo your
Yep.
and then by that time
And
you will
damage.
have leveled more, you get more critical rate in your hyper stats, and then you can redo the links.
Yep.
And then probably decent combat orders.
I don't have it yet.
Mm-hmm. And then we're talking about like overdrive is like okay for mobbing, but for bossing, I would use the Emperor's Blessing first, because that's a lot of extra weapon attack. But mainly the conversion overdrive, right? Regular overdrive is only gonna come into play if you have at least Abso, but probably Arcane, because it scales off of your base weapon attack. So you don't want to use a slot for that too early. You can wait a long time before you equip that one.
The Goddess's Blessing.
No, the Goddess Blessing I would use if you have at least like 3 more slots. So we're talking like level 2,
Yeah.
35 at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the regular overdrives, like a purple skull with a pirate hat.
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one scales off of your weapon attack. So
Yeah. 20%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It goes actually pretty high. If you level it up all the way, it actually gives quite a bit. But yeah, and it's another skill to add to your to your burst,
Yeah,
right?
I know
So
exactly.
you want to like slowly introduce
This
them.
one I can already tell. I knew this one. Like that's also why I kept it, and it's level 2. This one I know. Like the first thing I was expecting to put in. It's just improve on the burst rate, and then when you're off cooldown, it doesn't matter if you hit less. You don't hit much anyway. So.
So one thing about the decent skills is that in some characters, and that's mainly the ones that don't have so many buffs to set up, usually I don't level up the decent skills because they have 100% coverage at level 1 anyway. The downside is when you're doing more difficult boss fights is that...
die out.
Yeah, but you usually have buff freezers, right? And then you're fine. But yeah, if you die and exactly like it's on cooldown, you have to wait. But even with buff freezers on harder boss fights, what will happen is because you have so many buttons already to press to set up burst, it'll always happen that right on the burst, like it synchronizes also with your decent skills disabling or like running out. And then if you have exactly level 1, the window between having to re-enable it and it running out is like 5 seconds. And then they're going to run out in the middle of your burst, right? So that's why you tend to, like as a arc especially, you do want to level up those decent skills so that you can press them before you start all the other stuff. Because then the window between them running out and being able to use them again is way bigger. So then you can make sure that they don't synchronize. And that's going to be... Because it's just going to be very, very annoying when you're like mid 13 button setup push and then you start everything and then you look at the top right and you see like Sharp Eyes, decent combat orders, speed infusion, all like blinking and running out. You're like, oh god. You did all that work and then you're getting like reduced efficiency because of that. So I wouldn't throw those extras away. But yeah, like Hyper Body, decent Fun's Blessing. Fun's Blessing and Rope Lift, some people use those once you get to like the second screen of skills, because Rope Lift can add like all stats if you level it up, but it's like... And decent Fun's Blessing is... Yeah, they're so far from how much you get from everything else.
I kept one. I have the few actually, and I just dissension those.
Yeah.
Just kept one in case, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You can, once you're like that far into the game, you can just craft a bunch.
I was wondering also, there's a bunch of boost nodes I have right now that I haven't touched. Like I have a Ominous Nightmare basic charge and Gust charge 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth to put it in at some point just to have my my skills leveled up faster? If that makes any sense.
Yeah. So early on, some people do do that. The problem with Arc is that you just have so many good things and so many boost nodes that you need. That I think the DPS increase from having access to an extra 5th job is always going to outweigh getting some more levels. So I would just predominantly focus now on getting your boost nodes leveled up, the ones that you already have in, and keep as many skill nodes in rather than doubling up this early on.
Okay.
Because you also don't have the levels to put it into slots that are leveled up, so they would be like naked nodes basically, where they just give like 2 or 3 levels. And by the time you get to having more slots that are all level 5 and stuff, by that time your original nodes are going to be like around level 15, 16. And then they're already going to be pretty close. Like you're going to hit that 40, right? The threshold where you get 20% IED.
Yeah.
And then, then the efficiency is going to be lower. Then it's going to be, you just want to put more and more boost nodes, more and more skill nodes in to get that burst even higher.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be, pressing buttons on burst, dude. Hope you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, I can already, I can feel it, you know?
Yeah, you can feel it, yeah. You have to love it, otherwise, once you love it, then you can switch to, like, Angelic Buster and to Demon Slayer, who have, like, the exact same thing.
Yeah, I was, the first class I started was, I got it to 213. I got, Pathfinder, and I felt like,
you have no buttons.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, it's more like, it's like, you know, you do a lot of DPS, and so I assume, because it's kind of low, so I don't even know if it does really damage as it scales or not, but I assume it does, because that's the only thing you fucking do. That's the only thing you do. No bind, one single life frame every 3 minutes, and yeah, that's it. So, you know, either you have damage or you don't.
Yeah, that's well, that's life, dude. Either that's Maple for you. Either you have damage or you don't. True.
I mean, Arc is harder, but you know it has more tools to it. So I kind of that's what got me to stick with
I
it.
like the party buff from the amplification because it gives everyone quite a lot of boost actually. Gives 20 IED, 30 boss, 20 attack, 50% knockback resistance, a rank of attack speed.
Yeah, usually you know, I stack my bullets before, like I did. You know, you saw I have a bunch of Abzo. I mean, I didn't clear Damien by myself for sure. So any carries I have, I usually stack my bullets before going in and buff them and like
for sure
do the work. You know.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, does that get us through all of the peripheral stuff except for equips?
I had one more question regarding. But
yeah, any questions you have written down, go for it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about leveling up Mages, Kinesis, Angelic Busters. Is Demon Avenger worth it for like Link?
I would say, yeah. I would say so.
Okay, I'll write it down as well. Yeah, so for Mages, do you suggest like one specific and then job change or?
Oh, do you have the Kadena, by the way? Do you have that one?
I don't know.
Because the Kadena by itself, because you have to debuff a monster, right? So the only way you can do that is with the Mage Link. So then once you have the Mage Link, then the Kadena comes in as well. So the Kadena looks at, are you higher level than the monster you're attacking? And is it debuffed? And if you have both, then it's 12% damage. So that's also really nice. But if you, if you're just higher level but not debuffed, it's only 6. So then it's not very good. Then it's basically like the Adele solo.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a party, Adele is really good, right? Because then it's also the 12%.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
200.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah. So it's like equivalent to that. Basically, like Ilium if you're moving, the Kadena, the Adele, like those are all kind of the same wheelhouse. And then Demon Slayer gets better because it goes up to 20%. If it's level 210.
Oh yeah, no, it's not level 210. I went 140.
I mean, that's already 15%. That's also really good. It just doesn't apply to normal monsters, but yeah, at a certain point you don't give a damn, because if your boost nodes are high enough and your arcane power is high enough, then you're gonna kill. So then you want to min max for bosses instead.
All right. So, yeah. So I was wondering, like, for mages, is there like, should I just do some ice lightnings and then job change?
You could do that. I think up to 140, they're all kind of comparable. Fire Poison is a lot stronger than I expected it to, and their skills kind of fit the maps that you train in a lot better than I thought. But people still dislike the Fire Poison the most. I think Bishop is a bit slower to 100, but once you get your holy symbol, you actually get a lot of experience from that. And that makes it, I would say, almost as fast as Ice Lightning. Maybe a little bit less, but almost as fast, I would say. So yeah, take that as you will. Like, if you start one and it's absolute trash, you just like delete it, make another one, and just make it an Ice Lightning, and then just switch it later. Yeah. People in general don't like the Fire Poison that much.
Oh yeah, I know you're probably not the right person to ask, but I was wondering. This is my struggle, but I have a hard time. I read online that I was better whenever I trained to use totem. But it's kind of a struggle for me to use a totem not to its fullest. And then whenever I buy a totem, it's like I commit to 2 hours of training. It's not an issue to the 2 hours itself of just, I mean, I'm online nonstop, so it's not really that the issue. It's just like within the next 2 hours, I won't leave my computer pretty much. And this might be and I have a
all right. So okay, here's what you need. You need a water bottle. You need a pee bottle. All right, those are the two most. but and don't mix them up, okay?
Should I make a Kana farmer? Is that worth it? Is that like...
You have like 6 more months that it's worth it. If you put in enough hours and you find yourself basically being out of totems and there's like a whole lot of month left, then you still want to play.
Even if it gets stronger, like even if it gets past I don't know 245 or 250 or whatever, like why does it matter that like training at harder monsters
at Arcana basically is like the optimal point of how many monsters you can kill per hour, and it's so many more, and it's also a lot lazier because the maps are a lot smaller, so people can they're okay with not getting the gains from the character of being able to do harder bosses, and instead want to just make easier higher rates at lower level. And if you're too many levels above the level of the monster, you get the reduced Mazo. So that's why they stick to 247 usually.
So essentially, it's just better. The maps themselves, the layouts, and the spawns. Let's say.
Yeah, it's usually just it's lazier. It's lazier, and yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay.
Some people will probably just switch and just keep leveling and go to higher level maps, and they probably will realize that they're they won't really get that much. Wall. No, there really isn't.
It's like you've told me that quite some time ago. It's the expected value, right? So people are used to like training to like expected rates and whatnot, and like lower rates, it feels bad.
Especially now, I think some people will actually get higher rates if they keep leveling and going, because there are so many bots now that the amount of maps that you can get is so difficult. Yeah, that I think at this point leveling is maybe even a better idea, just to already get rid of to get out of that area. That's a good
thing to get rid of that issue. That's a good thing what they're doing, Maple.
Yep,
but yeah, anyway.
Okay, I think that's just an unintended consequence, but yeah, okay. Don't give it too much credit.
No, but I mean they're clearly doing that because there's a stockpile of people and
yeah, I don't know if that's true in KMS, but yeah.
I don't know either.
Well, any of the changes they will do because non-reboot KMS is a good thing for, right? That's like their balancing benchmark, and if it ends up doing a good thing in GMS reboot or not, that's none of their concern basically.
Okay.
But let's pretend like they did it for us. Yeah. Okay. We talk about Lynx and Legion. So Lynx and Legion, that's pretty clear, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm set for a while now.
Yeah, after that it's just strength characters basically, but yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, so after that it's just like I focus on anything that gives strength to the Legion.
For sure, yeah.
It's like it's final strength though. It's that good?
It's not that good, but it's better than nothing. And you're gonna, once you keep increasing the Legion rank, you're gonna be able to put so many characters in that you don't want to put int characters in, right? If you can choose
Yeah,
between a
correct.
strength or an
Yeah,
int,
yeah.
and especially
Yeah,
if you get to 200, it gives you 80 strength. Even if it's
Mhm.
final, it's still pretty good, right? It's kind of like
Yeah.
a level on a, it's almost one level on an arcane symbol, basically.
Oh yeah, seen that way. Yeah. I'm not 200 like for a while for sure.
Mhm.
You know, I'll reach 5500 before I start 200
For
my
sure,
character.
yeah. And then you go to level 3 links first, and then all the other characters will be stronger, and then they will get boosted up to 200 faster.
I can already feel the struggle on Mercedes. Anyway.
Once you hit 5th job though, on Mercedes, the 5th job is really fun and gets you to 210 in no time.
I mean, honestly, I thought Mercedes was fun until I found it was trash.
Well, that's usually how things go. I thought it was good until it wasn't. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's like my mechanics 130. It's still pretty good at the moment.
Mhm.
I guess at some point it's just bad, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll get there.
So did we go through all the dailies that are important? So we got some extra
we
tips
did.
for hard looks. Once you get hard looks down, you can try helix. I have a room in a Discord where you have you joined the Discord? You have.
I have, yes.
Yes. Did you
But
give
I
yourself
have,
any of the
my
boss
guild has
roles?
a bunch of people doing it. If
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking for I'm sure I'll find somebody. I
Mhm.
mean,
Okay.
I might check into the Discord, but I don't think I will need.
Okay. Good. Okay. Shit. Missed opportunity, guys. We almost had one. Okay, never mind.
Sorry. But I'm not there yet anyway, so it's not like.
Yeah, no, get your practice in first and feel more confident with. I think the extra ranks of attack speed will definitely help you out. Yeah.
I suppose so.
Okay. Yeah, and then crit rate will be redid.
So before you say anything about my items, I know a bunch of flames are all over the place, and a bunch of items are to be replaced as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that are like my Ardell necklace, for instance. I know they're placeholders, so I don't care. I just don't care. And for the flames, I mean, I used to do Ranmaru, but now you know, or flames.
Yep.
They're kind of we
Gone.
don't get any yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's where they're at, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's like, oh, that's the last one I got, you know.
Yeah, that's the final one. Man, if only that had 2 decks with strength, right? Then that would be.
Oh yeah, it's very good for a sweet water, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that potential too.
Yeah,
I was not looking for that, but you know, first time I cubed, so I'm just
reroll, not 30% roll.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna keep it. You know?
Yeah, I would keep that. I think. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
You don't trade that. you,
No, really? Oh, what if you could roll 2 line of mezzo and 1 line of drop though?
I think it's still better with 10% strength.
It might actually be. Okay, so what in your brain? What are like your things that you're thinking about? Do you have any like options that you have difficulty choosing between, or you just have no idea on what to go with equips?
Let me think. So I'm doing Arcarium daily for so long, ever since I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have like here. I'm not trolling you. I have 55 Arcarium soul. So I'm just doing it every time. This character is
Hell
like
yeah,
40 days old. It's like, yeah, so I'm doing Arcarium. I don't have the pendant yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing CPQ regularly, like not every day, but regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing this for like the transpose and whatnot.
Yep.
At some point I'll get there. At some point, once I get the pendant.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next gear I'm getting for sure is the final equip for Abso, the cape.
Yeah.
If I didn't die in my lowest run, I would have it right now, but I failed.
Ooh.
It happens.
Because
And
you
then
didn't have
this is the Damien run.
the knockdown resistance, man.
Oh, I got trolled actually by the boss, but that's another story.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like some platforms. They were there.
Oh, and you just fall right through them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lovely. I love
And
it.
then yeah, the knockback you told me.
Mhm.
So at some point, I think she teleports or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
She pushes me back. I'm stunned. And before I get unstunned, there's a platform that falls on my head. I'm
Yep.
stunned again.
Yep.
And
then
then
a
I get
laser.
shocked.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It's the best death I had. So yeah,
Yep.
those two deaths in the same run. Anyway. So
Yeah,
rip cape.
it's what I said, dude. It's like knockdown resistance, man. If you had that,
Yeah.
then It would be
Rip
11.
cape. So yeah. Actually, I would not. I was not Inspector Farm, but doesn't matter.
Okay, well.
So cape is next. I'm assuming I should get some duplicates of rings and get some mesos and drop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Other than that, like,
Let's talk about Star Force. Like, what is your plan
well, right
considering
now I'm
Star
stacking.
Force?
I'm always stacking money, by the way. I
Yep,
don't
good.
spend on anything. So
Mhm.
I don't have much because I spent everything on the 30%. Although you said it was a scam, I still did it.
Mm-hmm.
And
What did you get from it?
I mean, I blew up 2 pair of pants. Remember?
So you got scammed?
I know I did. But I got a third one, and it's still 12 stars. But you know, it is
Nice.
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I got 15 for hat, eye accessories, and top and face accessories. And did I get? Nope. I think that's it. Yep,
Weapon
that's all I
10,
got for like 3 billions or something. It's a real scam.
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah.
It really was. I got unlucky on that, but it's okay. You know, I got lucky on my potential, so
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Yeah. No, that
I'm
balances it
stacking.
out.
I have about 1.5 bill right now, and you know, I'm also stockpiling 140 and 150 equips to like transfer. That's also why a lot of my potentials, you might notice, are epic, because I'll just lose them anyway, so it does matter.
Yep. True.
I actually have epic potentials on the 140 glove that I'm just gonna transfer.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just doesn't matter. I'm losing them but gaining them back. So
That explains
alright.
more and more why you're already like in Abzo stuff, but you're still struggling with Cvel, because even though you have Abzo stuff, it's probably still weaker than whatever you would have to kill Vellum with, right? Because you're not hard committing yet to these
No,
equips.
of course not.
Yeah,
No. I'm very strategic. I'm a patient man.
for sure.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah. So
and it makes the bosses
yeah,
more challenging. So
It does. It makes it more fun and more rewarding. You know.
yep, I agree.
So yeah. That's what, I'm stacking money for that right now. So it's just. I know I could make some quick progress, but I'm not doing it.
So your aim is for shoulder, glove, shoe, cape, and weapon, for all of those to go 140, 150 items transfer over to Abzo?
I think the first I do is my glove,
Mm-hmm.
because it has no potentials, and I have a
Yep, biggest potential gain.
I have a
That's good.
9% strength Penzelier I can transfer on it. I have
Okay.
a bunch of Penzelier gloves, and I have 150 gloves from Ranmaru, so I can just transfer, you know?
Yeah, 15 to 16, back
I'll
down to
get,
15, up
yeah,
to 16,
and
down
then
to 15, up
Star
to
Force to
16.
17.
Yep.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I'm. That's
Well,
what I'm.
depending on how much
doing.
money you have, maybe at 16 first, right? And just hold at 16, because the safeguard to 17 might fail a bunch of times and it can actually be pretty expensive. So if you have a bunch of items
see
to
how
do,
much it costs to get there.
yeah.
It depends. It really depends how much it costs and what's the gain.
Yeah.
I can do the math at that point, you know.
Mm-hmm. But
Engineering,
yeah, but but I would go to everything 16 first, and then like if you have money left, then like one at a time, maybe safeguard to 17.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll do that.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think I can get that many equips to 16 anyway, so
Yeah, it'll depend.
it's still a couple weeks, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you'd
So,
be surprised if you don't spend anything how much you can actually make in a couple weeks if you're playing a lot. Because if you're just
I mean,
training a lot and looting, you
you're
actually
right.
get a
That
lot.
is true, and that is also. I mean, I'm very hard on the dailies, so I spent like over 150 millions yesterday just for those symbols. You see?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Maybe
So
pause
yeah.
those. Maybe pause those a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll still do the dailies, but you know,
Yeah.
it's just.
Yeah, you know
We
you
don't
can.
know yet.
Do you know how to stack your symbols so that your inventory doesn't get as full?
I suppose you can you drop the symbols?
So you can unequip your current one and then equip a level 1, and then you can put like 11 other into that one and then unequip it again. And then you can make like
Oh.
stacks of 12 on one stack basically.
But
So,
don't you have to drop your symbols to do that?
no, you could just unequip this one if you want, because it's like an equip, right? You can unequip and
Yeah, I
equip
know,
if
I
you
know.
want to.
But I mean, what I'm saying is that I never tried. So if I try that, it only stacks the ones that are level 1.
If you double click any symbol, it'll try to stack
Mm-hmm.
with the symbol that you have equipped right now.
Yeah, but
So-
doesn't it try to also stack with the one that I just unequipped, the level 6 ones, for instance?
Not if you unequip it, because then you don't have it on. So unequip the level 6, equip a level 1, and then click another level 1, and it'll combine with your level 1 together. And then once that one is like full, then you just unequip it and equip another level 1. And then
211.
yeah, and then exactly. And then once you have money again afterwards, you just equip the level 6.
Marginal gains.
And then
I'll try that.
I mean, you get 12 times the inventory slot, because if you're
Yeah,
really
I know,
doing
I
your
know,
dailies, you're gonna fill up in no time.
No,
like
I'm
3 days.
back from the 100 strength.
Yeah, exactly.
For
Yeah.
more money. That's so greedy.
Yeah.
All right. I guess you're right.
But you're gonna get more than 100 strength worth if you get more star forcing out of it. And then you're gonna get a huge bump in arcane power
but that's
once you have money left.
You know, I'm already greeding to keep my money.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you gotta be more greedy.
Yeah, you gotta be more greedy, man.
Think big. Greed.
Greed harder.
Yeah. I like it. I'll try it.
All right. Yes, unless you go to a new area, you need a lot of arcane power, of course. Then the final damage is more important.
I mean, I'm already at 400. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Well, you have 10 levels in arcane power? No, 4. No. Yes, 4. Right? 4 levels in
What?
arcane power?
4 levels in what do you mean?
In your hyperstat?
Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah, correct.
Ha, big.
It's
Quick
just I didn't
math.
bother change it. Like, I didn't reset it because I'm greedy. I didn't spend 10 million on
Yeah,
it.
and only 4 levels is not that many points anyway.
Exactly.
So it's not a
Exactly.
huge game.
It was when I started, it just felt better. Because right when I got to a new area, I had enough already with that 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point.
Yep. Okay, so you're gonna try to do that for shoe, glove, shoulder, and weapon, and you have all the backups for
I
that
have
already.
cape also. I have cape.
And cape, yeah,
too.
yeah, and you know where to get all of those, and you have all of those.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
okay.
a enraged Akum and a bunch of Penziler as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have shoulders too.
Yep, the Ramaru shoulders drop way more now, right? So that's a lot easier.
Yep.
Cool. And yeah,
I even have maybe I should do it for my weapon and waste the unique potential.
yeah, it's only unique, quote unquote, right? As long as it's not
Yeah.
legendary yet, I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
would still be worth it to do that as well if you have like a Fafnir weapon.
I don't, but at some point I'll kill Seavel and have it. I'm at 12 right now, so whenever I get to kill Vellum, I get it.
You,
I only need 1 for a transfer.
yeah, maybe you can get some Ramaru knuckles.
I tried, trust me. I'm working on it.
It's really tricky to find the specific weapon though.
I
yeah.
know exactly
Mhm.
because you can't. You need explicitly the.
There's
that
so
one.
many, there's so many different
Yeah.
weapons. Yeah.
Exactly. You can work on any gloves or anything, but
Yep, those
that
are
weapon,
easier.
you know.
Yep, that's harder. Yep. And then a bunch of the other slots are gonna get replaced by superior Gollux, right? So those are pretty non-committal for now. The one thing is that one things you can start thinking about is going for more meso and drop. The drop will help with like a lot of the things that we already talked about, right? With more soul shards and more cubes and more flames and all that. The meso, of course, will make it so that when you're training, you'll make way more money.
yeah, I know how it works too. It's like you're aiming for is it 60 or 80? I'm not sure. My guild told me, so I know that already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
I mean, when I'm gonna be rolling for it, I'll know. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
what ring? Where should I get? I should just get like a duplicate of Silver Blossom or something.
Silver Blossom, for me, usually
don't even
Silver
know.
Blossom is like I get it up to legendary and then a line of drop or meso and a line of strength, and then that just starts as my strength ring and then just becomes my drop ring later. But I don't get 2 Silver Blossoms typically. Because usually there are either event rings that come out. Yeah, not like this one, but like the other ones, right? Like the Cosmos and the Vengeful and the
I wasn't there.
Synergy and all. Yeah, they come back every now and then. So usually either those come out or you start getting into the Gollux rings, whichever one comes first.
Yeah.
Because the Silver Blossom by itself has very bad base stats, so typically
You can have
I
multiple
don't,
Gollux rings.
one of every different kind, right? So there's the cracked, the solid, the reinforced, and the superior. So you could technically wear all 4 of those at the same time, but not 2 of the same quality.
Okay.
Yeah, the cracked and the solid are very low level, so those are. If people get that, the solid can be very good because that one can go up to 20 stars, and then people tend to use that to transfer hammer into Kana Treasure or into reinforced. because it's kind of treasure. Of course, you can't you can't replace it. So
Yeah,
you
you don't
want
want to boom
to
that.
you want to go risk free to 19. And the reinforced you can rebuy it, but it's pretty expensive compared to the solid. So sometimes it's just safer that way. But we're talking about like going past 17 and everything. So that's like
Yeah,
quite far away.
a little bit.
Yeah, for the most of the accessories, I would just aim for. Well, I mean, I would aim for what your tattoo has, but that's of course a little bit unrealistic. But like one line
lucky.
of yeah, very lucky. One line of strength, and then one line of meso or drop, and then yeah, so it's, yeah, 60 or 80. 80 probably because you only need 5 lines of meso, and then you have 4 lines left, right? Because you have 9 accessories that can get drop or meso. So then you have
Wait. I'm sorry, I lost you. So
the rings, the pendants, eye, the face, and the earrings. Those are the 9
Yes.
equips. So
Okay,
if you
yeah,
get
okay.
5 with a line of meso, then you have 4 left that can get drop. So that's usually why people say 80. I think with
Wait,
60...
rings. There's 4. There's 2 pendants. There's face and eye. What's the ninth one? The ninth one.
The earring.
Sorry.
The earring.
The hearing. Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't know you can. Okay.
Yep, earring can get it as well. Yeah. So then
Okay.
that's why people say 60 is probably close enough, because if you have even a familiar that gives like a little bit of drop rate, then you'll have 100% chance for the bags. But typically we'll go for 80 because you have 4 equips left and you'll just get more nodes and more droplets. So why not get
Okay.
another line of drop basically?
So 80 drop and 100 meso.
Yep, exactly. And you'll have a
Okay.
little bit more from your inner abilities, so that all stacks, so that's nice. The other thing that you could work on the Star Force 4, but of course it depends on backups and everything. Do you wanna? Are you planning on keeping your current belt and then using the pink bean belts as transfer fodder?
I changed my belt yesterday. I'm glad I finally did it. I was rocking the treasure set, and then when I
Mhm.
changed shoulder, I realized the engraved Golix belt was better
Mm-hmm.
with the shoulder. But I mean, it's the placeholder for eventually I get a
Is it
Golix, a better.
is it better though? Do you have a pink clover belt from Pink Bean?
I mean, I had one yesterday. I tried. Isn't it one attack? That's the thing.
Yeah. Yes, but you currently I think have
That's
8
why.
set boss damage, right? Boss
there's a-
accessories.
I mean, okay, but like I don't know. Maybe of course the stat window is not the greatest for that, but
Mhm.
like I would have 9 set equips if I had the pink belt,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
pink bean, but I lose on like 50k damage.
Okay, 50k damage on what? On like 5 mil range?
Yeah, we can approximate it to that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the set bonus gives you 10% boss damage, right?
I mean, I have when I'm full, I have 150. So it's like 250. You're adding like 4% essentially to my damage.
Mm-hmm. And you're losing 1% to your range.
Well, when you put it that way.
Sounds like a good trade. When you're bossing, sounds like a good trade, right?
Yeah.
And the
when you're
good
bossing,
thing
that's
about
good.
the belts is that you can get good backups because you can kill Pink Bean every day, and you can even do Chaos Pink Bean every week. And then when you Star Force that high, you can transfer hammer it into the Superior once you get that one. So you lose very low value as well.
Oh, so you're telling me that I should Star Force it in the event?
I think, well, so it all depends on how much extra money you have, right? But I think
Yeah.
that's a good option to start working on those
Yep.
as well as backups.
I also got the replacement belts for that.
The replacement belts? Which ones?
Well, reinforced. I have a couple ones.
Okay, yeah, if you have a few reinforced already, then you could also use those, but it'll depend on how much money you have. The Pink Bean
Yeah.
ones usually are a bit...
I think
Better
that will
farmer.
be the limiting factor.
Yeah, so typically people will switch from like the Pink Bean belt to the reinforced, either if their cooldown is low, or they didn't go for both the rings, and maybe they already have one superior pendant that they bought or something, and then the set starts kind of like falling apart, and then, you know, the set bonus isn't nearly that good, and then people will
It has to be more than
the,
50. I think it's more than 50k that I lose. It was like very obvious.
It is possible that it's better though, right? Because the attack on the reinforced and definitely also on the superior is super high. Like the superior
mean,
starts with 35 or something. It's crazy.
My other reinforced, which has like, 30, instead of 36 strength for the flame, it has like 8, and it's minus 21k without buffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 30 strength, and like, I mean, we're talking here about like, hold on, I look
Well,
at
the set
bosses.
bonus, the 9 set set bonus, I think by itself gives, what is it, like 10 attack, 15 all stat or
It's
something?
10 attack, 15 all stats, and 10% boss damage.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm losing out on about 10 attacks, and I mean the pink belt. What is it? It's a.
It's 15 and 1
Can you show
clean.
me the pink belt? Just a second.
Yeah, I have it on
So
screen.
15. So I'm losing out on 20 strength right away. But I get 15, so I'm losing 5. So it's not that much.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And this one has
Maybe.
flame advantage. That's also the nice part about it.
Doesn't Gollux have?
No, it
advantage?
doesn't. No. You can tell by how many numbers are on it, right? You can see that if you have flame advantage,
I
you're
mean,
always
I don't
4.
have many Golluxes, so I can't. Just by the numbers, I cannot tell whether or not with those exemplaries I have. I knew the Pig Bean had it, but you know, I just didn't know about Gollux.
Do you know where to check if you're unsure?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
But yeah, one of the checks is that you always have to have 4 lines of stat if it's flame advantaged, and no matter how you no matter how you combine the stats on the belt, you can never get 4 different lines out of it, right? This is just one strength line and then a strength and a luck line.
4 of any lines, it's
so
flame advantage.
it could be a little bit deceiving because it's like lines, but like a line could be plus strength and luck. Like that could be one line, but then the numbers are lower. So now you have 36 strength and 12 luck. So that's probably a 24 strength line, and then a 12 strength plus luck line probably.
Okay,
so those are
that's
2
an easy tell.
Yeah, so those are the 2 lines. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
I didn't think about that one. Thanks for that.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
That way you can see that the black bean mark probably has advantage because even though the numbers are low, there's like so many of them. So it's like pretty rare to have this many numbers, and you have a 6 in attack power, so that's how you know it has advantage as well, right? Because non-flame advantage also is lower tiers. You'll never see a 6 on non-flame advantage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although I have seen a 5 before, which is really really weird because that shouldn't happen. See like a 5% all stat solid pendant or something, but yeah, so freaks happen. But yeah, you look at the Chaos Horntail necklace for example, like there's no way this is flame advantage. 14 strength and 2 speed, like there's no way.
Yeah.
But then you look at the Mechanator, you see 7 all stat, you see all the lines, bam. Yeah, so that's an easy tell. Yeah, the once you're done with all of that star forcing stuff, definitely the weapon to legendary and at least 2 lines of attack there, right? That's going to be a huge increase.
Yeah, I didn't do it because you know.
Yep. No, I totally get it. Yep. Because your emblem and secondary order.
Here's a good question for you.
Yes,
so,
go.
So I have, let's assume I have about 1.5 build. I might have a bit more, a bit less, more or less, whatever. And you know, I want to stack for that 15 star event.
Wait, you have 1.5 now, or at the event? 1.5?
I have right now.
Right now, yeah, okay. So you have 3 more weeks?
Yeah, 2-3 more weeks. I think it's the 13th.
So you get like one bill a week from Ursus and Maple Tour together, roughly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, like we're like 300 from Maple Tour, 700 from Ursus. And then your crystals, you try to get at least 200 mil, but probably like 300 because you're doing all of the 7 mil dailies, right?
Yeah, I do the 7 mil dailies, and so I do like all the art bosses up to Vellum.
Oh yeah, so you get more like 400 then. And then a little bit extra from training. So at least 1.5
and I mean,
per week.
For the next couple weeks, I'll have a lot of time, so I'll probably pop totems and just go wild, you know?
Okay, so at least 2 bill per week?
So, I mean, assuming I'll pop totems and go wild, am I better off to invest right away into getting mesos and drop?
Mm-hmm.
I could get those DST rings to better potentials, or
exactly,
or the awake ring to drop in mesos.
Well, how much do we want to save for the star forcing? That's the number that we want to look at, right? Because I assume that we're not thinking about buying out the droplets. I think, right?
I mean, I don't think I'll do it more than once. So I'm assuming if I go for it, I just spend my 1.5 bill I have right now on everything I have down to the ground to like get as much mesos and drop, and then whatever I get will be for the Star Force. That's the way I see it. Maybe we could optimize it, but I mean, the question is, do you think it's worth it to go right now for the mesos and drop equips? or should I hold on to it because as much money as I can for the event?
I probably hold on to it. Are you one-shotting the monsters near your level, or do you have to like?
Oh
hit
yeah,
them with-
yeah. I can train in. I mean, when I'm training, I could go, let's say, to what is it called, the Masquerade guys or whatever. The
Yeah. Rev
always
2, Rev
crowded though,
3.
but when I
Yeah.
get there, I can always go to the what is it, the wooden face masks or whatever.
Yeah.
I one shot those.
Okay.
Or I could go to Yum Yum and one shot anything.
Okay.
And I mean, even when I'm not in Spectre form, I don't one shot them with every spells, but most of them.
Okay.
So-
That does mean that the 5, 10, 50 might be a bit more of a luxury now.
Yeah, for the training, training
Yeah,
wise, yes.
for
I don't
training-wise,
I don't need. I mean, I would need maybe. Okay, to be fair, I haven't tried in the last couple days. I gained just yesterday. I gained like 400,000 in range. So I mean, I might be.
Okay. If you promise me that you're gonna go very hard, then accessories first makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll focus on a few links and then go wild on my. And I'll
Yeah, if you have
actually
like
change my schedule to like
if you have
include a bunch of bosses more than usual, just to gather enough totems.
If you have a clean, if you have a clean item, then like around 1 bill to go from completely rare and then go up to like a line of mezzo or drop. That's usually around 1 bill. So if you already have like the Kana ring is already unique. You could re-roll your bean mark to have to lose 1 line of strength but gain line of mezzo or drop because it's already legendary. And then
Honestly,
maybe
I think I wouldn't touch the ping bean.
Do you have monocle?
I don't.
Hmm.
But the reason I wouldn't touch it's because it's already 21% strength.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So it's as it is, it's perfect for damage right now. So what I'd do is I'd probably start with the awake ring and get it to legendary and re-roll it from there.
Yeah.
Or even the Kana's treasure to like legendary. And
Yeah, because I hope you can get like 2 items to the lines, and then you can start making your money back faster and faster. But like as soon as you have money, just immediately try to tier up and try to rank it up, because the faster you get the item, the faster you can make the money back.
All right, makes sense. So I'll do that, and I'll go super hard. And
Yeah,
try
maybe even skip those like 7 mil daily bosses and just train instead. Maybe if you don't feel like it. If you still have like totem time, go for it.
I mean, I think time-wise.
But don't burn out. Yeah. So if you're like
But like I think I make more money from doing the 7 mil bosses. They're super fast.
They are quite
And
fast. Yeah.
also, I need the what is it? The 50 points for.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
have
so
you?
actually, if I want to get all my totems, I'll do like 14 boss clears for a while.
Do you know about Maple M?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But you just have to like click a little bit. You don't have to like actively play the game. It's actually really easy.
Okay.
There's like you do like a few levels, and then there's this auto dungeon, and you just go in, you select what you want to do, and then it just does its shit on the side, and like
It runs
4
down.
and like 4 of the 5 dailies are done automatically, and then one you just have to click on a button every now and then because you like gather points over time. You just click the
Okay.
button to like activate the skill, and that's it. And then with like half an hour of it just running in the background, you can get 500 reward points every day.
How many? 500?
Yeah.
All right, so that cuts down my boss runs to like a little less than. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Because that's
try.
like half of your monthly max of reward points just comes from running. And you can run it on
Yeah.
your computer if your computer can handle it, or you can run it on your phone at the same time. I use
Either way works.
Yeah. I use BlueStacks. Like I have a video for exclamation mark reward points, and it talks about like all of the sources. And then monster collection is another thing. I don't know if you have many monsters collected.
Let
Do you
me
know
check. I mean, no, I don't think I do, but
If you check exploration, do you have any slots on the right side?
let's see, explorations. All right, explorations. Yeah, I have a few that I can explore. It seems.
Yeah, if you have any sets on the left, you can just click like explore. And then whenever they're done, you can pick it up, and they always give some reward points and some trait items. And
Okay.
then the longer it is, the most
Better.
efficient is like to do 6 hour ones and always pick it up. But of course, you're gonna sleep 8 hours during the night, so like it's not gonna be perfect timing.
Don't underestimate me.
Okay,
Just
well, if
joking.
you
I'm joking. Yeah,
you're
my bad,
hiding, yeah,
insane. No.
yeah. But if you, the 6 hours are pretty good, but then you have to remember to click it a lot. I usually just go for the 24-hour sets, and basically they just give you the rewards again the same way as they did in the beginning when you collected the full set. So this and Maple M on the side will generate a lot of reward points for you. So many that if you like forget to pick up your reward points from your boss or something, it's not going to mean like, oh, now I lose out on totems. You'll have a lot of extra
I
this way.
mean, already when like that's also why I try to make. I mean, that's kind of a wall I have, but like, I can't. Right now, I can't buy out all 18 totems in the month. Like, there's. It's just I
15,
buy out
right?
those 7 Sundays tickets, and I mean I have what I'm sitting on 5 or 6K pretty much points, but I mean I have what maybe 12 totems left or something. So it's not like I
Oh,
can't.
for the
I'll run out
reward
of points
points.
before I run out of totems.
For the dojo, you can buy them with Mezzo as well. Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean I'm not a rich guy, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, once you start doing more bosses and stuff, and the reward points will all go towards your totems instead, and then it's like, then you want to save. You want to typically if you buy something, can buy something with Mezzo or with any other resource, then you want to buy it with Mezzo because probably that resource can be used for other things as well that you cannot buy with Mezzo, and then you want to prioritize those items on that basically.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense. It just I think most of the times I did the Sundays, I was like, you know, it's after Saturdays, which is the time
Which is after Fridays. Yeah.
the events, you know. So I was poor shit.
I see. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I usually can buy both, like all the totems and those points, and maybe Water of Life every now and then. Okay, so that'll help with that. Is there any other equip where you're like unclear on what is the next one and which one to go for? We talked about the medal badges set. Yeah, Princess.
Yeah, normally I rock the Ursus medal rather than this one. It's just I cleared
Monad.
I cleared Monad recently, so I got it. But usually it's Ursus ones.
Yeah, makes sense. This one's temporary, and then you'll switch back, and then hopefully Monster Parker after that. Yeah. The heart is trash. The glove is placeholder. Star Force. You have epic 9% come in. Top bottom. Yeah, makes sense. High face. Yeah. The one thing is, the Dineros will get very valuable. Transposing can take a long time and cost a lot. The items themselves, the pendant and the monocle, are also pretty expensive. So that's the only thing I would add is to do the voyage dailies. Either just spam Dolce if you want to do it like the lazy way. If you want to do the long-term way, then follow the commercy guide that I have. That's like the only thing I would add. But yeah,
I mean, I'm actually I plan on doing. I mean, I don't like to do the solo ones, although they give quite a bit of Dineros. It's just it feels like I'm not there yet, so I'm just doing them like I'm stockpiling, but I'm not like hardcore stockpiling, I'd say, because I'm just not there yet anyway. So even if I had like 500 more Dineros, it wouldn't make a difference.
No, like, not yet. But then the moment that it does, then you want to already have the Dineros, and then you don't want to start getting them. Is kind of the problem.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I mean, if I want, let's say, if I need a monocle, it takes what, like 4 or 5 days, I believe, to get one. Like it's like you get 34 from like, I think it's something like that. You get 34 or 33 from the dailies, and then you get also like about 20-ish from the CPQ.
The CPQ really depends. If you get like 3 Silkways and you get rank 3, then I think you get like 9 or something in a day. But if you get like gold ways and you get the first rank, then you can get 21. So that's pretty hit or miss. That can be a lot, or it can be very low, and that can make the difference from like go from like 4 or 5 days to like 8 or 9 days.
Yeah, I suppose. But I mean, even there, like if you were to roll 9, okay, even if you were to roll 9
Mm-hmm.
every day, like unlucky, you still get 30. I believe it's 34, 33 from the solos, so it's like 42 total. Worst case scenario, so it's still like what, 6 days for 250?
Mm-hmm. I probably just get too many. As long as you did the math and that's like okay with you, then
Yeah,
that's your
and
choice.
again,
Yeah.
I still.
Yeah, it's just like you can need a lot. Like for transposing, every time it's 10 dineros, and then per day you're spending 100, and it can very easily take you like 5 or 6 days to transpose, and then you're 5 or 600 down the drain just for transposing. And I
Oh,
think the
okay.
pendant itself, I think, is 400.
Yeah.
So that's like, yeah, I would count at least like 800 to 1,000 to do the transposing. You can get lucky, but there's a good chance
Yeah.
you're not, and then.
Yeah, I think the truth is it's just like it's kind of it's kind of time consuming. Like if I stockpile all those dailies together, it's kind of
It
time
is, yeah.
consuming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I want to focus on this is my lowest priority. It makes more sense if I put it that way. It's not that I understand that the importance it has, and like that's also why I have 300 right now. It's just
Yeah, no, I
I've
get
been
it. I'm not
doing
saying like you
52
have to
here
do
and
it.
there,
Yeah.
but like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Just
at
yeah.
some point I'll go hardcore on it.
Yeah, if
If
some
I'm not,
other dailies like drop, maybe if this event is over, for example, you know, and then a bunch of like
yeah.
pressure is gone, then maybe that can like take the spot, and that will have good value, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that covers most of the rings. We talked about like the Golux stuff. Yeah, hopefully the Helix starts coming online more reliably for you, so you don't have to like wait around for carries, and then you can either do like a duo or a trio party every day, or and then hopefully soon start soloing. That'll probably be after some of the Abzo stuff gets done. But once you get your accessories rolling, you're gonna start making way more money when you're training, and then you'll get more value. Oh, that's the one last thing. Like when you're training, do you ever use the alchemy potions, the big ones?
The
Wealth acquisition,
what is it, the
experience
money,
accumulation.
the money accumulation potion or something?
Yeah, wealth acquisition and then
Yeah.
experience accumulation. Yeah.
In fact, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I was training for the XP more than the money.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned it in one of your recent progression, and then
Yes.
I started looking for recipes. I have one right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is the item you need to craft it?
Juniper berry seed oils.
Juniper
Yeah.
berry.
So
seed
juniper
oil.
berry seeds are like really big, like round green seeds with a little purple peel like thing, a little purple crown, and then the oils are pretty big and look like solidly purple. There's like a shiny, sparkly purple one that's like a light purple, and then there's like a deep, solid purple. Like that's the one you want. And that only so the oils themselves can drop from gold flowers. So if you get that, that's really big value. And then the seeds will drop from the both types of the big flowers that like float, the mysterious flowers.
And I think you can only craft them every like what, 5 or 10 minutes or something.
The potions,
Yeah.
yeah, I think a 5-minute cooldown in between crafting. But every time you craft, you make 3 potions at a time. So just make sure you build up. Oh, and the other thing you need is Philosopher's Stones. But I assume you have like some of those lying around.
Philosopher's Stones. Let's see.
Do you extract your items?
Oh, yeah, I sold those. I sold
Okay.
those. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't need that many.
I
so.
get like 50 every day. So it
Yeah,
doesn't really
exactly.
matter.
Yeah, as long as you keep like a small batch, then you're fine. You're always good to go.
Mhm.
Yeah, so when you use the recipe, it's active for 24 hours, and then you can make a set every 5 minutes. So just make sure you have enough recipes, and then just one recipe is fine. Just have enough materials, and then you could just mass craft for one day, and then you'll be good for a while. Yeah, because those last 2 hours, and if you're an alchemist, you can use both of the potions at the same time if you want. So you get more experience and more drops, and it synchronizes with the totem as well, unless you DC, of course, which can happen.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll craft those.
Yep.
Like, how many should it lasts for a while? So how many should I craft? Like, if I pop a single recipe, you think?
I usually try to do like, well, you get 2. So you get like 6 hours worth for one craft, depending on how much you train. I don't know, like 5 crafts or something. So you get like 30 hours worth.
Okay, makes sense.
So, but you need 10 oils per craft. So that's the tricky one.
So I guess I need like 50.
Yeah, 50 oils. So straight up oils is the easiest, and if you have the berries, then you need 6 berries to try to craft 1 oil, and there's a small chance of failure in giving you a, well, technically a small chance of success in giving you a magic powder, but the magic powder is very much a failure at this point because magic powders get used for nothing. So.
Oh shit! Magic powers are useless.
There's like nothing to use them for really. I think the only thing we would use them for is to make the Ranmaru equips, but those drop like nothing now, and we don't get the recipes anymore, so it's pretty much completely off the board, yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know. I just thought they were useful for some crafting. I just didn't know what, so I stockpiled them.
Yeah, I think there's like some very niche, low-level stuff where you need like one brown powder,
sell
but
everything. It's fine. Thank you. You just saved a bunch of
inventory space probably.
Yeah. You just did.
Yeah, they do stack up to very high, but
I mean,
I can
there's
think
a bunch of colors, so.
Yeah, there's like 7 or something. So yeah, one for each rank, right? There's like white, yellow, red, green, purple.
Dropping everything.
Yeah, get rid of it. Brown. Maybe there's gonna be like some kind of, are they using alchemy? Not any, like if you want to make some like transformation potions and shit, but those are all I think a waste of time and resources.
Yeah, it's just troll shit.
You just harvest the gold flowers. You keep everything from the gold flowers. You keep like all of the seed oils and flower oils, and you just make potions with that, and then that's how you level up your alchemy, and that's it. Like, don't waste too much of your time on all the other stuff. Some people make like Von Leon transformation potions and something. If you really want to make that, then you just, I don't know, yeah. That's pretty niche.
I'm not much into that. Like, I don't care about chairs and whatnot.
Exactly,
so.
yeah, then you should be fine.
Yeah, so same thing. It's just like that globe thing. I was like, oh, there must be something about it. Then I realized it's just a chair. I'm like, all right, why am I doing that?
Yeah, just a chair, yeah. You might upset some people. Careful.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that's the way I think. That's the way I see it. It's like, oh, well. You know, I don't typically watch myself being AFK, so it doesn't matter what chair I have.
Yeah, exactly. And why be AFK when you can train and make gains instead?
I mean, sometimes you gotta leave the, you know, sometimes you're going AFK, you know, but it's just, I don't care what chair I have when I'm AFK.
True.
That's my point.
I agree. True facts. Okay.
All right, well, I think that sums it, really.
I think so too. I think we went over everything.
Yeah, we really did.
All right. I hope you are gonna get, hold on to your hat with the new attack speed, because you're gonna go Speedy Gonzalez. I think it's gonna feel good, and then with that new attack rhythm, I think a lot of the bosses will get a little bit easier, just a little better survivability, a little bit easier to get out of the way, and then Seavel and hard looks are gonna fall in no time. And yeah, keep focusing on leveling up your boost nodes. So get like many nodes, level boost nodes. Those are very important.
Yeah, I noticed like my damage went through the roof when I did that. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you agree with me, but I thought like it's better off to like when I level the boost nodes to just craft random nodes rather than specific ones, because I realized there's a shit tons of nodes we're using.
Yeah.
So like random ones are like, there's gonna be fails, but like half the fails give you more than they cost you.
Yeah, and the skill nodes are 1/4 of the price only. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, crafting boost nodes is probably the way to go. Yeah.
So random ones. All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, makes sense.
All right, man.
Hey,
well, best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Keep up the good work, I guess.
I will. Thank you very much, dude. I'll see you in the chat.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. What a nice guy. All right. Wasn't that amazing? If you like one of these sessions as well, check the description of the video, and then you can get the same advice as I gave this guy. Maybe if you're in the exact same situation, but everyone is in a little bit different situation. So I try to check, what do you like? What are you already doing? What do you not like doing? And what is some easy stuff that you can incorporate in your daily or weekly routine to make better gains and get stronger in the game without losing enjoyment of what you're already doing. All right, we want to keep the fun stuff and add a little bit of stuff that you might think is fun but you don't even know about, or maybe get rid of some of the stuff that you don't like because maybe it's not even that important, and then your overall enjoyment should stay the same or go up, and then your gains should go up always. All right, that's what we're trying to do. So thanks for watching, and bye YouTube. And hi Twitch. Oh yeah, and tune into the Twitch stream if you like this kind of stuff. All right, I'm live like all day, every day. All right, come hang out with your wangs out in a TOS friendly way. All right, bye.